when my shirts like aren't sitting properly on me.
That's the worst feeling.
Like I hate when my collar's like down here and it's like making me look, because I have small lady shoulders, and I hate when it makes me look like I'm like drowning in my t-shirt. So I'm always like hyper aware of that, and I look like I have Tourette's when I'm adjusting my t-shirts.
Do you not have Tourette's? Because I thought that was just normal.
I probably do have Tourette's.
I am autistic and you have Tourette's.
I can't. Hi guys, welcome back to Hot and Bothered. I'm Chris Bruno.
I'm Cedar Champ, and on this podcast we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
And everything that bothers the absolute shit, fuck, dicks, balls out of us.
Dick and balls, baby.
None of that this week, actually.
No dick and balls this week.
I don't think we have much going on.
Maybe me. I don't know. I met a man earlier today. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I've gone through about 6 since our last episode, but
you really have. I've learned that really all it takes is for a man to not try to fuck me for me to want to fuck him. That's all it takes. Okay, so anyway, on this podcast, we have literally no credentials, minimal life experience, yada, yada, yada. I'm literally a high-functioning anorexic, and Chris is a homophobic homosexual, so do not take any of our advice.
We are gonna submit ourselves into a psych ward after this.
I literally need to be committed so bad.
We're kind of delirious today, but like in a good way.
Dude, I've thought about this before, and it was we were having conversation earlier about like one of the lowest points in my life where I was like severely malnourished and didn't realize that was what was wrong with me and why everething was falling apart.
You're like, I was walking and I threw out my back. I was like, oh, okay.
No, it was a really bad time. I'll elaborate more on that later, but or maybe another day, not later, but maybe another day. And we were talking about that, and where was I going with this?
That you're pulling on me right now. I have no fucking clue.
I was just like, during that time in my life, I was like, I would actually not mind like being checked in somewhere. Like I would enjoy
love, die to be checked into some passages. Go take me somewhere, take my phone away, put me in a room with crackheads.
1000%.
Let's figure it out. Like give me a book. I don't care if it's like Judy Blume or some like Trump analysis. I'm like, give me a book.
Literally.
I could benefit from some literature regardless of the content.
1000, and like no phone, no one bothering you, like literally like having your phone blown up all day, every day. Like you don't have to deal with that.
It's so annoying though that we're like trained at this point in our lives to just be high functioning anxious people at all fucking times of the day.
It's
like,
so exhausting.
I can't even like enjoy a workout without being like, what the fuck is going on my phone right now at 7 o'clock in the morning? Because every time I finish working out, I have like 17 people blowing me up about something.
No, it's literally
if my phone isn't blown up, I'm even more anxious.
And you're like, your phone is literally always on do not disturb, and that's why I'm like, I can't.
My phone, I'm never on do not disturb.
No, me. You say that about me.
Yeah.
I can't have people contacting me. Like, I don't want to.
Oh my god, talking about this is making me anxious right now. I'm not kidding. I'm thinking of all the people that I have to respond to. I'm not kidding.
Well, let's change the subject. I just don't like to be accessible in that way. Like, I don't want anyone to be able to reach me. Like, do not call me or beat me. Do not reach me. I don't want to be accessible.
Should I be beat me?
Call me, beat me? Kim Possible. Should I be Kim Possible for Halloween this year?
That's like a little too easy for you.
It's way too easy, but like
that's like I've already done 3 outfits. Let me just put on these pants that I'm wearing and a black turtleneck, and
1000%.
Let's go to Barney's.
And that's probably what I'll be doing on Halloween anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Like literally putting this shit on do not disturb.
Go off.
Can't.
Are you hot or are you bothered?
I'm hot. I'm hot because we tried to talk about this in another episode, and then like we ended up throwing the whole thing away because Chris and I are schizophrenic.
Add that to the list.
Literally, we're so fucked up, dude. I'm hot. I started a job. I have a job.
Do you want to elaborate? We never thought this day would come.
Okay, so I was like, you know what? It would be kind of a slay if I just made like a little bit of money, like a little bit of money, I think I would benefit from that. But I can't do anything that requires me to commit too much because I'm non-committal, obviously. Have you met me?
Like, same, me at my job.
No, I think literally, like, the thought of committing to something, like having to stay in one place and like not being able to pick up and leave, or like having like a boss or a manager up my ass at all hours of every day.
And you're like, you're actually ugly.
No,
Don't
I'm
talk
like,
to me.
get the fuck away from me with your stinky breath. Like, I don't want to speak to you. I can't.
Oh my
I just can't do that at
God.
this point in my life. So anyway,
Ew,
I
like
have a
someone
dear
hovering
friend.
over your shoulder.
Yes. I
Like,
can't do that.
literally.
I can't do that. And that's what my job was before. And that's why I like quit my fucking job. For context, I used to be a girl boss. I worked in the fashion industry for 5 years. I did pretty well actually for myself. Like I really navigated that well. But then ultimately I was like, I can't have somebody telling me what to do. I like literally cannot. Like, everybody is
Like
fucking
a
dumb.
little like dweeb dwarf man
Exactly.
being
Like trying to have
Mhm.
control over my day-to-day life. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. And so I was getting fucked over in a number of different ways, like salary, I was being mistreated. Like, there would be like times where we'd be in team meetings and I would propose something and say like, I think it would be great if our team implemented this. And like my manager would literally shit all over that idea in front of everybody, and then 2 weeks later bring it up as if it was his own idea. Like, it was so bad. So I was like, okay,
that
listen,
is actually like a different form of gaslighting. Is that considered gaslighting?
it has to be.
That's like crazy.
I dealt with that at my last job for a year and a half, and my job before that was not any better. But then I finally was like, listen, bitch, I'm fucking out. Like, I'm not doing this shit. You guys do
Mhm.
not pay me enough to deal with this. I'm out. So I left my job. I've been unemployed for 4 months.
Me.
And
Mhm.
I have been thinking, I was like, should I just do like a little part-time something? And then I had a friend who reached out to me and he was like, hey, if you are looking for a job, my job is like has an open host position right now. And I was
So
like,
you work at Vanderpump Rules.
exactly.
What is that called? What is it, sir?
Sir. So I started my hostessing job at Sir. No. So then I was like, okay, I'll think about it. And then he hit me up again and he's like, hey, we like really need a host if you're like looking. And then I was like, okay, twist my arm. So I went in, got the job, whatever. I'm doing that like literally 3 days a week for like 4 hours at a time. Like, could not be easier. Obviously it's not fucking paying my rent, but
And
I've
like,
like,
have we found any potential suitors?
okay, that's like the best part. I like working in a restaurant previously was like,
as everybody knows, it's my fantasy. You're living my fantasy.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish my thought. So previously when I worked in a restaurant, it was like I needed the job. This was like when I was like younger, like in high school and in college, and like I needed the job. And so like any work drama that like came about was like stressful,
Detrimental to your life.
Exactly. But right now,
You're like, oh my God, I forgot to give that table their iced tea. I'm literally gonna die.
I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Or like someone like like one of the like fucking line cooks calls me like a bitch or something, and I'm like, it's like
you line
the
cooks
end of the world.
are a different breed of people.
They're so
They're
fucking crazy,
such
dude.
fucking losers and horrible people. And then you always find out that they've like at least been to jail once.
They've murdered somebody. Like they're
and they
smoking
always
crack
have
in the alley
horrible
on their smoke
fucking
breaks.
energy and literally act like they're doing brain surgery. And I'm like, I forgot to put like no parsley on the fries. Like, I'll eat those ones, babe. You can make another one.
Literally.
Like, fucking kiss my ass.
So yeah. Anyway, so because this job is like not fucking paying my bills, and quite frankly, like I don't need it, like an extra couple $100 here and there is like fine. But like, is this job end all be all? Absolutely not. So like any like there's like one of my managers is like fucking annoying as fuck. But I'm like, it's fucking cute and fun because I'm like, I literally
like
don't
you go
care.
there and you're like playing a video game.
No, I'm there to show off whatever outfit I'm wearing that day. And like, that's my only purpose for showing up, you know?
You're like, I actually put on clothes today that aren't a workout set. So
Exactly. I'm like, I
let's
put
go
mascara
harass
on
people.
for the first time in 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
So that has been fun. And like, actually, surprisingly enough, like, it's actually maybe a little disappointing, but like at this restaurant specifically, there's like not a lot of drama. There's like,
Well, we're on what, day 3, 4, 5, 6?
today was day 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the menu by heart?
Of course not. I don't know anything. I'm like I said, I'm literally there to just show off my outfit and that's
and
it.
stand
And like get like every customer that comes in is like, you have the most gorgeous hair, and I'm like, I know. No, but like the kitchen seems relatively calm, but like
there was always like hot little like Latinos at the one that I worked at, and they were all like would harass me because they knew I was gay, and I was like, why are you closing the fridge behind us? You know? And I was like, I'm like, I'm getting lemons to slice lemons, babe.
Yeah. Okay, so they all wanted to fuck you.
I mean, a few of them were gay, come to find out later. And then some were just like fucking around, but
slay.
Nothing ever
materialized. So you never hooked up with anybody in a restaurant?
No, they were all like 5'5".
I made out with one of our cooks when I was at my restaurant job in high school, but like that's really the extent of like my restaurant romance. But that's also been a fun part of this job. Let me dial it back. So most of the guys,
I need like a character analysis.
Okay, so most of the guys that I've met and worked with, like specifically like the guys that have trained me in like as a host, they're
like the guys that have trained me.
I wish. But they're like servers now, and that's why they're like needing a host, is because they've been promoted or whatever. But like the guys that have been training me, they're like cute little twinks. Like they're like so adorable. Like, and it's so
like
funny.
Actual twinks?
Like actual twinks.
Okay, so I need to go there.
Yes. One of them actually literally is Timothy Chalamet's doppelganger. He's so adorable. I love him to bits.
So these are like your pets?
No, they're so fucking cute and fun. And it's so funny because everyone is so young. They're all Gen Zers, and they do not give a single fucking fuck. Like, I remember it was like my first or second shift. Like,
aren't you a Gen Z?
I'm in the middle.
You're the cutoff.
I call myself a zillennial because I'm like, what the fuck am I? I also had older sisters, so it's like I wasn't raised with like the Gen Z stuff, you know?
Yeah. And you like grew up on a farm.
And I grew up like literally out of touch with the rest of the world.
With President Trump.
It's like, yeah, exactly. So anyway.
So they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fucking fuck.
Like, are they rude to everyone?
No, it's like, okay, so it was actually like my first or second shift, and the manager I was telling you about that's like a little bit of a loser and kind of annoying. He
obviously
like came in, like he had like some attitude toward the end of our shift, and like obviously me and this guy, like there's nothing to do there, so we're just sitting and gossiping the whole time. And I asked him, I was like, we'll call him Timothy Chalamet, 'cause literally I was like, is there something wrong with like our manager? Like, is he upset about something?
Starting drama?
No, I'm like, because I'm like worried. I'm like, are we in trouble
You're
for
like,
something?
Am I fired?
I'm like, did we do something wrong? Like, what's going on? And I asked him, and he's like, yeah, he is acting a little weird, but I don't know. Did not give a fuck. Like, he wasn't making it his responsibility to like try to understand or predict like if our manager was like mad at us or not. And I loved that so much, because like at my corporate job, if my boss was acting that way, I'd be shitting my pants, and I probably would have approached him and just
I know,
been
but
like,
you
hey.
also just have like a different work ethic. You know what I mean? Like, you
Absolutely.
are like, you're like actually a hard worker. I'm like, that's a compliment, but we'll just act like it's not.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And like, maybe these
Yes.
people are just like,
Well,
they're going to be waiters for the rest of their life, or what's their vibe?
Not quite.
No offense to people who are waiters.
Most of them are in
because
school.
I want to be a waiter.
Most of them are in school, but like it's just, I think it's like a generational thing. They're like, unless you come to me directly and like tell me something I did wrong, or tell me something you want me to do differently,
or they're just gay.
You're not my responsibility.
Yeah.
Or they're just gay. I don't know. So that's been cute, and I actually really appreciate that, because like knowing me, like if I sense that my manager was like upset or stressed about something, I would take that on.
Yeah.
And then I would like make that my problem when it's really not. Like, if they have a problem, they need to communicate.
You're learning so much already at this new job.
This was literally like day one, dude.
I love that. And you're having these aha moments.
1000%.
And
I'm
you
like,
can't even,
your
you couldn't even
feelings?
learn that
No,
at
because I
the
cared
name I
too
shall not
much.
say. Yes.
Exactly. So that was a fucking big slay. And then come day 2, I meet some of the straight boys. And that's been fun because I'm like, I might fuck you someday. I will never fuck you.
Like, you're gonna want to fuck me, and I'm gonna want to fuck you, but we're not gonna fuck.
I'm really going to enjoy flirting with you,
Yeah.
but we're never actually going to do anything. Like, or then like, I might fuck this guy, but like, we're still going to keep like a weird bro energy between
For
us.
sure.
Like, that has arguably been the best part, like the cutest and
Have
best
we
part.
had any what's the word I'm looking for? Process with what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, give it to me. It's at the tip of your tongue.
I literally have no
I
idea
don't know
you're
what the
trying to
fuck
say.
I'm saying. I don't know. Any movement? I don't know with any of these characters. Like, are we getting anywhere? Is there an interest?
Sexually?
I mean, just anything. Are you entertaining one person more than another?
Not yet.
Okay.
I need to interact with them outside
this
of
is
work.
like a Love Island episode where you're just like feeling it out, and we're just trying to assess.
I need to interact with them outside of work.
Oh God, you're already doing that.
Oh no, they all party together, and I'm like, I can't wait to party with them.
Where do they party?
Probably somewhere really lame. I have no idea. And
do they live in Santa Monica?
I don't know. And I don't fucking care.
I need to know everything about these people. I need to know everything about these people.
I think they're all a little spread out, but they all are friends outside of work. Like, they all hang out, and I'm like, okay, like, let's get to it. I'll report back after this weekend. Maybe I'll have a little.
Like, maybe I'll fuck at least one.
I mean, I kind of deserve it. I haven't had sex in like a while. Like, I think I've earned it.
Good for you.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Do they let you drink?
No.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. I did have a glass of wine today at work, but it was because...
We're not there yet, but I did have a glass of wine today, but because what? You brought it yourself from home?
In my water bottle.
Did you?
No.
Oh my God, that's like genius.
No, because that's also another fucking slay. They feed you every shift. Like, even if like we just switched up the menu, and so the chef has been making dishes from the new menu for us to taste. And then they also do what they call family style meals, where the chef will make like a big plate of something.
Literally just thinking about that.
And then everybody like eats it as they please. So I'm like fucking properly fed. Like, the amount of leftovers in my fridge right now.
Oh my God, bitch, open up. And
then we were like doing some like taste testing of some shit today, and then like had some wine with our.
So do you like go there before they open and like kind of like?
No, they literally like let you just eat like in the restaurant in front of people. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Which is the most bizarre thing.
But like,
to
what
me.
time do you have to be there? Is it like before they open or right when they open, or
no?
like
It's like an hour after.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody else gets there before they open. And then I'm like
sets up shit.
I don't have to do anything. I just pop in, I change the paper towel in the bathroom, and I show off my outfit, and I go home.
I used to, when I was a waiter, you would have to go in like half an hour early, and like they would just have mopped the floors, and you have to put down the chairs and set the tables.
Yeah.
I refused to wear non-slip shoes because I was like, I'm not wearing a clog. I'm not wearing like an all black pair of Converse from Payless. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't really have anyone to impress here, but I just can't do that to myself.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I literally slipped like a cartoon fucking character on the floor setting up the restaurant.
Like banana peel
like,
status.
I have literally like slipping up, like head smacking on the fucking tile. Like, I have permanent brain damage 100% from how many times I fell. I don't know how I didn't break a bone.
This explains so much.
Like, I probably fell, I want to say 10 times, like concussed.
That is actually incredible.
And I never really told anyone about it.
I need video footage of this.
There is probably video footage.
I need to see it.
And I know someone saw it and never told me.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Like, they're probably all laughing in the little office.
Because that fucking loser that wouldn't just commit to non-slip shoes. Like,
that was me.
I love, but it explains why you're like so mentally ill now. you know?
I'm just not all there.
No, you're not, dude.
I've lost a lot of brain cells over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
6, 7, 10 years. I can't even do math.
I never could do math, so at least you could at some point. At some point.
Okay, so you're loving your restaurant job. You're living
It's
in
so
your
cute.
That's
I
hot.
did realize though, like I kind of realized this week, like I do probably need to make enough of a paycheck to at least pay my rent. So like now I'm having like an existential crisis
because now you're like, oh, I'm not
that.
making enough money, but it's like, oh, I actually wasn't making any money.
I wasn't making any money
but
before.
now you're like, I'm not making enough money.
But now I'm like, well,
you're actually making something.
Yeah, but I'm like,
maybe that can just be, maybe you can like flip it and like that can just be your spending money.
Yeah.
And we'll find a man to pay your rent. So we're still working on that. We're really brainstorming thoughts.
Catch me on Seeking Arrangements literally tomorrow.
We didn't follow through with making an account, did we?
No. We'll talk about Seeking Arrangements another day because I have some fucking stories to tell, dude. Some stories. So anyway, the restaurant job is cute. I can't bring myself to like visit the idea of having another 9 to 5. Like the idea of somebody telling me what to do and like having control over my life actually makes me homicidal. I just like don't have the patience for it. And I know that makes me sound like it, I feel like it makes me sound like privileged or like cunty or snobby, but I'm just like, so first of all, I'm fucking smart. And most of the managers I've had in the past are literally so goddamn dumb. And it's just like having somebody have that much authority and control over you that is so much dumber than you is one of the most frustrating and like hellish experiences.
I feel like there was a lot of factors at your previous job that made you like just
lose it.
Like that gave you like the mindset that you currently have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was that job and the job before it.
Yeah.
The one where I was like so overworked that I was like dying.
Ghetto smoke and mirrors industry out of anything.
Yeah.
Like it is the most like low paying, miserable. And then you're working with like a bunch of people who like are pretending to enjoy their lives and think that they're cool because they're working for like a cool company, but it's like you actually make no money and you don't know like a work-life balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like
I worked in the fashion industry for 4 years, so I have the right to say all of this.
Absolutely.
My first job out of college was $28,000 a year in LA. I literally like don't know how I was alive.
Mine was I think 36 in New York City. I can't believe I survived off of that.
I don't know for a year how I lived off of $28,000. And all my friends like had these cool jobs. They're making like 60, 70K.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're like this little like fucking peewee. Like,
and I was like
literally
working
pennies.
to the bone, like literally crying on my IBM at home, like after work, like because some fat bitch needed me to like send her report on like dresses. I was like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like go fuck yourself.
No. Okay. So, well, since we're here, I'm just going to talk about it. So as I mentioned, I think earlier when we first started recording, like just before I moved to LA, I had started working at this job where my boss was like literally one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever fucking met in my life. And like maybe she's a good person, but I never got to know her as a person because
worse. It's honestly worse when it's a woman. That's a piece
absolutely
of shit. It's horrible.
Absolutely, because you kind of expect it from a man.
Yeah.
But when it's a woman, you're like,
what's wrong with you? Like you're not having sex.
No.
You're not having sex.
No. So this boss of mine, she was like such a fucking dickhead. And everyone on the team was painfully overworked. And I was literally like, I was slipping away. Like I was not well. I was severely, severely, severely malnourished. Like I was looking back at photos the other day, and this is why I like started reflecting on this. Like I looked sickly. Like I was literally so fucking skinny. I was falling apart. Like I said earlier, like I one day was like putting my shoes on to go to the gym and I threw my back out just from pulling my shoes on. I kept like doing like weird shit that I otherwise wouldn't do. Like accidentally leaving my Diva cup on the stove and boiling the water out of the pot and starting it on fire. Like I went to go wash my backpack and I left both my prescription pill bottles inside of my backpack, washed my Valium and my Adderall all down the drain. Like
My worst
I was
nightmare.
doing
That's how I
weird,
live my life though. Every single day.
but
That's how I
like
feel like that's my
is
constant state.
that's just not me. Like I'm so on top of things all the time. Like I'm so
Oh my God,
obsessive
I'm the
that like
polar opposite.
I was quite literally losing my mind because I was so exhausted and I was fully malnourished. Like, and reflecting back, and that's actually ultimately what pushed me to moving out to LA because I was like, I have to find a new job and I don't even like living in New
Need a new
York.
environment.
I'm
Yeah.
not fucking
Were you
doing
living on
this.
like one of those things that was like you're living with 18 people?
At first, when I first moved to New York, but
Like a hostel?
my last
Like a dorm essentially.
year or like 2 years, I was in a 2-bedroom in Hoboken, New Jersey. And so like I had space and stuff, but I was like literally so unwell. And then I like found this new shiny job that was supposed to be like, people were supposed to be really inclusive and it was supposed to be like there's a huge emphasis on diversity and it was supposed to be like this incredible job where they value work-life balance, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what brought me out to LA. And it turns out that was also one of the biggest fucking crocs of shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life because as you know,
Yeah.
that Chris worked for the same company that I worked at, which was my last
before
job.
Cedar worked there. I worked there.
And it is not a fucking fun place to work. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So Chris and I met actually at a concert last year.
We met at a concert and she was like, and I was like, oh, like, what do you, obviously I was like, we vibed and we were both on drugs. And I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, I love you. Like, what do you do for work? And she was like, oh, I work at beep. And I was like, literally like, stop. But also it was giving that vibe. And I was like, bitch, I used to work there. And she was like, no fucking way. And then I don't really think that we like talked about it much, kind of like talked about it briefly.
Yeah.
We were trying to enjoy the music and our role. And then like obviously we became friends and then like it's a common topic that we reminisce on.
Oh yeah, and it's cute and fun
Yeah.
because like there's like
It's
people
probably
that
a
still
good
work
thing
there that
like
worked there.
we didn't cross paths at any point.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it makes it like more our story more like interesting.
Yeah.
And also like I was miserable and depressed when I worked there, morbidly obese.
As was I.
Yeah, like literally in a
so-
cement box.
So, like the environment in that office was so weird and so cold.
Depressing. It's like a vampire's like
it's
I don't
like
even
sterile.
know.
It's like a
so
fucking
scary.
operating room. Like the floors are concrete, the ceiling is black.
There's
like
concrete columns. Everything is black and concrete.
Everything is black. Like it's literally one of the most uncomfortable and uninviting, unwelcoming,
like,
whatever fucking
literally,
word.
I'm getting like the chills thinking about how cold it was in there at all times.
Literally. Like,
Ugh.
no, that place was not the fucking vibe. Anyway, so I cracked and eventually was like, I can't do this shit anymore. And now I'm making $5 a month at my little hostessing job and just
Go the fuck off.
trying to not kill myself. And that's all.
I love that. Well, hopefully that these new characters produce some kind of joy and entertainment for you, and I'm sure that they will.
You know what? One thing about me is where I seek entertainment, I will find it. And I will fucking find it, bitch.
You will create the entertainment.
I will be the entertainment. I'm going to show up in my cute little outfits. I'm going to flirt with everybody.
Good.
I'm going to cause chaos. And then before I know it, we're going to be millionaires and I'm going to just peace.
Exactly. And I love that. Let's manifest. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I support the journey.
Okay, so that's on my career journey, which I didn't actually really realize we were going to dive into all of that, but that was cute.
Yeah, a little tidbit about bullshit.
Kind of a slut. It's all honestly, it's all just fucking bullshit, dude. Does anything we say hold any weight or have any relevance?
No, everyone knows this. We're just
two idiots, an anorexic queen and a homophobic.
I love our new
homosexual. Okay, so are you hot or are you bothered?
I've been dreading this question.
No.
I'm bothered, but I'm not going to be like depresso like I was last week and like be a cuckoo bird. Last week was super depresso, but I am bothered again this week just because it is my birthday. I actually don't like birthdays. I don't like planning things. I get really uncomfortable when people like are praising me or like whatever. It's a lot of pressure. I'm fucking over it. I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Everyone's like up my ass about what I should be doing. And I'm like, fuck off. I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm turning 28. Like, I'm just going to save something big for when I turn 30.
Yeah. I think after the age of 25, the only birthdays that matter are like 5-year increments.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, are we still celebrating our birthdays like that?
Yeah.
Like, no. I mean, I'll probably obviously end up doing something, but like, it's going to be like anything I would do on a Wednesday night, but it's just going to be like my birthday. Yeah.
What do you usually do for your birthday?
Well, last year I got bullied into having a party.
Okay.
Like, I literally had a full-blown like party. Like, my brother made up the theme, and
What was the theme?
it was like a college-y like country club bros and tennis hoes, or
Oh, cute. I love that.
tennis bros and country club hoes.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it was like we like did it at a house and everyone dressed up like super preppy. I was blacked out before anybody got there. I was like manically setting it up. Like, it was actually really fun, but it just like was too much to plan. I didn't even do anything. Like, it wasn't something that I conceived in my mind. I was like backed into a corner to host a fucking party, and I was like, okay.
And then you had to host.
Yeah, and like go to fucking Costco and get a bunch of fucking hot dogs.
Love.
But it was actually fun. But no, I'm not going to do anything until I turn 30. And by do anything, I think I'm just going to get myself fake teeth when I turn 30.
Okay. Slay. You have such good teeth, though. I feel like that would be just like a waste of a real mouth.
They're like chipping away, though. I have like a problem with my teeth. I don't know they're like made out of like Kit Kat bars. They just flake apart.
What the fuck?
Like, they literally just like chip out of my mouth.
What the fuck?
My teeth.
Have you seen a dentist about that?
Yeah.
That's not normal.
And I've gotten them like bonded so many times, my teeth, that like I could have had a full set of veneers by how much I've spent on bonding on my teeth.
Dude, that's insane.
It's crazy. Like, all my teeth are chipped, and then I just get them like rebonded, and it's like $800. And I've probably done that, I don't know, a dozen times. I'm like, I could just go get a veneer.
What the fuck?
I know. It's horrible.
Okay.
But what I do for myself every birthday that I do like, and that's therapeutic. Like, I love getting a tattoo by myself. That's like my moments with myself. That like, I'm like, I never tell anyone that I'm getting a tattoo. I don't want anyone to go with me. I just go and I do it, and then I regret it for 2 weeks and want to kill myself. And then I'm like, okay, whatever, I like it. Because I feel like, well, it's kind of I feel like I also don't like getting tattoos with people because I got a matching tattoo with one of my best friends, and the second the guy put the needle in my arm, I was like,
this is a mistake.
I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And I couldn't like get up and have like half a line on my arm.
Yeah.
So I was legitimately having like, and I had like 2 or 3 tattoos at that point, and I like got like a little like Friday the 13th flash tat that was just like on my forearm, and I was like, no. Like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, for $100 to ruin my life? I was having dreams for 1 year. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at me?
You're just so fucking clinically insane.
Why? What am I saying? Shut up. Okay, anyway, so we got matching flash tats. They were fucking hideous. I literally wanted to kill myself. I would have dreams for 1 year that I had a pencil eraser removing this. I had a dream that I cut off my arm. I had a dream that I was squeezing lemons onto my arm because I've Googled home remedies to remove tattoos. Obviously, they don't work. I went to like 17 tattoo removal consultations. Again, could have just had it fucking removed by how much I paid for these consultations. Never followed through with any of them. Went to every fucking doctor in LA to get this tattoo removed, and they were like, oh yeah, it'll be like 90% gone. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to look at like
It looks like you have like a permanent bruise.
Like, I don't want to have like some weird skin
not
disease
cute.
on me and like have to wait 2 years and like not go in a fucking tanning bed, which I was like addicted to tanning at that time, which is a whole nother story. So I got the fucking tattoo covered, so I just had to commit to like being a person with tattoos. And I don't really think that that's who I am, but I kind of feel like it's like an Eden Sassoon vibe. Do you know what I mean? You're like, I don't know who that is.
Literally no idea who that is.
We'll show you her. She's like, her parents are like famous hairdressers, and she was like on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for one season, and she's like a weird yogi, but she's like the most beautiful person you've ever seen, but she has like the trashiest tattoos. And I'm like, that's just gonna be me.
I love your tattoos on you though.
Thank you.
Wait, so the friend that you got the matching tattoo with,
she still has it in the same spot?
I would be livid.
But she has like more tattoos than anyone I know, so you don't notice it.
Yeah.
And
what was the tattoo originally?
It was a cherub holding a little goblet of fire.
That sounds cute.
It sounds cute, and it looked cute, and hers is cuter than mine. Like, she has like a good sleeve vibe going on, and like it looks perfect with what she has going on. But for me, it was just like bare on my arm right there, and I literally like was suicidal.
Wow. So you got more tattoos just to feel better about one tattoo that you didn't love.
I'm like, oh my God, like I want that tattoo. I want this tattoo. Like I like tattoos. And being an indecisive Libra, I've always been like, oh, do I want that? Do I not want that? But I think I definitely like learned my lesson with that. And I feel like I was going to have a bunch of tattoos at some point. So
yeah.
It just kind of like whatever. But I do always get myself a tattoo for my birthday.
So are you going to get one this birthday?
Yeah, but I haven't figured out what or when or what.
Do you usually choose like kind of spontaneously?
No, which is why I'm like nervous because I always have things that I'm kind of like thinking about for a while, and then I haven't had something that's been like inspiring me lately. Right. So I'm like, what the fuck do I get?
My one tattoo. I have 2 tattoos. I regret both of them.
I've like never seen these tattoos. Wait, I know you have one on your back, and then where's your other one?
It's on my rib cage.
Okay.
So that was a matching tattoo that I got when I was 17. My sisters and I all got them together, which was cute until one of the sisters stopped talking to the rest of us. So now it's like I have a matching tattoo essentially with a stranger that doesn't care if I live or die. So that's not really a slay. But that didn't happen until much later. But then it's got...
not really something you can predict.
No, no, but that's like literally case in point why you don't get matching tattoos with people. But I still didn't learn my lesson because my fucking ex-boyfriend and I almost got fucking matching tattoos together. Literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever considered. What were you guys going to get?
Is it, you don't even want to say it? It's too cringe?
I can't talk about it. So anyway, and then I got my second tattoo the second I turned 18. And it was like, I knew I wanted to get a tattoo when I turned 18, but like I just didn't put any thought into like exactly what. And then it was when I was working in the restaurant. I was working with another waitress, and she was like,
oh my God, you should get a dragon on your clit coming out of your asshole.
Literally breathing fire out of your asshole. Yeah. She like had a lot of tattoos, and she wanted to get a tattoo on her spine, and I was like, me too. We should go together. Okay, so what happened was I found a quote on Pinterest, which was...
I don't like where this is going.
No, you don't. I don't either. I hated myself for the longest time because of this tattoo. So I found this quote on Pinterest, and it was a really cute and inspiring quote. And I had just gotten out of like a weird, fucked up, toxic relationship thing with this guy that tormented me for years in high school. And I was
Are
like...
we ever going to hear a positive relationship?
I've never had one.
Anything?
I've literally never had one. Well, except for the married man. It was cute. I was texting with him last night, and I said, are you still hanging in there? And he was like, Cedar, the day I stop responding to you is the day that I'm no longer hanging in there. And I was like, meaning like if he ever stops talking to me, it's because he's dead. And I was like, that's really sweet. Like, you're the only man that's ever like stuck around this long. And then he was like, I'm the only man that you've ever allowed to stay around this long. And it was a good fucking point.
Oh, wait, that's funny. I like him.
I love him. No, he's so good to me. So
you got a tattoo on your spine.
So I found this quote on Pinterest and I was like so inspired because of it. And because I would like had just gotten out of this traumatizing relationship. And it's the dumbest fucking thing. But essentially the quote was, if you love a flower, let it be, because if you pick it, then it will die and cease to be what you love. So if you love a flower, let it be. And I was like, oh my God, that
Wait,
is
that's kind of
so
cute. I'm like, my next
inspiring.
tattoo.
That is so inspiring. But I couldn't get the whole quote tattooed because it's too long. And so I got it shortened to the phrase, let it be. And then, like, it's a flower. And I wanted it to be kind of watercolory, but it didn't really turn out that way. And it's a flower. And then let it be is like written in the stem of the flower. And it's on my back.
Did you like design this yourself?
No, I just told the tattoo artist my idea and then he did it. And then I was like already there and like ready to get the tattoo. So I didn't really think about it. I was just like, looks good, put it on me. So we did it. I got the tattoo done. And then I liked it for a while. And then I slowly was like, I actually don't think I really like this tattoo. And then I hated myself for a long time because I hated the tattoo. And then the fucking plot thickens. Like things get so much worse because I obviously didn't do my fucking research on the person that wrote the fucking quote that I just got tattooed on my body.
Oh, God.
So this happened. I got the tattoo in 2016.
Well, Let It Be. Isn't that like Bob Marley?
The Beatles. No, but that's obviously not where it came from. And I know that. Unfortunately, I wish I could forget that.
Damage is damaging. I don't know.
So, I got the tattoo in 2016. Fast forward, and I hate it, right? I hate it. Fast forward to 2020. I'm living in Arizona temporarily because I'm like, it's pandemic time, like whatever. My sister and I are there. And I have not had a human interaction outside of my like getting fucking blacked out on Tuesdays with my sister in weeks. Like I'm like, I need to speak to somebody else. So I'm on Hinge and I found this super hot dude with a mustache and I was like, I'm going to hang out with this guy. Obviously, it was the middle of the pandemic, so it's not like we could like go out to dinner or anything.
So you're like, I went to his house and we fucked.
Yeah. We actually didn't fuck, but I did go to his house and things happened. But anyway, so I show up at his place and I usually like when I meet somebody for the first time, I'm not just going to go straight to their fucking house, but I didn't have a choice. It was the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I show up and he's watching this documentary on a cult. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is so interesting. I'm game. I sit down on the couch. I'm watching side by side with him. I'm so involved in this. And I'm sitting there and like 20 fucking minutes goes by and I'm just enthralled by this fucking documentary. And then they finally, for the first time since I sat down, they bring up the name of the cult leader and my fucking jaw is on the motherfucking floor. And I'm like, I recognize that name. And it was the same fucking guy whose quote I got tattooed on my fucking back.
Two things. It could be much worse. And also, at least it's not the full quote. Like, at least it's like, just let it be.
Literally a typical dumb white bitch.
Well, yeah.
Sees a cute fucking quote, doesn't do her research, gets it permanently inked on her fucking body just to find out in the worst circumstances, like sitting on the fucking couch with a guy that I just met 5 minutes ago from Hinge, like about to like give him probably the laziest blowjob I've ever given in my fucking life.
And now you're just sitting there being like, okay, I have the tattoo of a cult leader on my back.
I'm literally, and I couldn't say anything to him, but I'm in my head, I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, is this real? Is this fucking real? I'm like secretly like trying to like Google, like I'm Googling the cult leader. I'm like Googling, like trying to figure out if this is actually real. And it's all real. And then like every time I tell people this story, they're like, well, can't you just say that it's like from the Beatles song? And I'm like, first of all, don't fucking listen to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Second of all, Marley. Yeah, I could tell people that, but like I still know that I was that dumb bitch. Like I'm literally the biggest fucking idiot on the planet.
Well, I love that. At least it's not like
I'm gonna tell people from now on it's a Bob Marley quote. So yeah, talk about a bad tattoo story.
Well, Should we get it covered?
What?
Should we get it covered?
I can't. I don't ever want to see another tattoo on my body ever again. I want to get them all removed. But then again, I don't want to have like that weird discoloration.
I've never seen your tattoos, though. Like,
you've seen the one on my back. And
like,
you actually...
I've seen it once. I know I said what I said. You can tell the people.
Okay, this is actually the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. But the first time Chris saw my back tattoo, he was like, I kind of like it. It's kind of giving Angelina Jolie. And I was like...
Like, it's more of a timestamp.
It's like a trashy little tattoo in the center of my fucking back.
That's like hot.
And I'm like not trashy, so it's hot.
Yeah. That's what people say about my tattoos. They're like, you don't, that's why I'm like, I don't feel like a tattoo person, because they're like, you're not like that. But I'm like,
but they look cool on you because you're not like that.
Slay, that's a slay.
Yeah, that is a big slay. Look at us.
I know.
Slaying with our tattoos.
Let's go get tattoos.
I kind of want to get another one.
You went through a phase, but I was like, I don't want to see that on you.
You didn't like it?
No, I was just like, I don't really like
that style.
No, I don't want to sound
You don't like pretty girls with tattoos?
No, I like pretty girls with tattoos. I don't like I feel like you would have to like commit to that.
Anyway, let's go get tattoos.
I know. I don't know how to really like tell time. And I've been like, I checked my watch before and I was like, I don't know which one is which. So I don't know how long we've been recording.
You have literally no brain cells, dude.
I don't. And I'm not going to interpret whatever the fuck that says. Okay. Are we done here? What's going on?
We didn't even at the beginning of the episode, we didn't even recap what happened last week, but I don't think...
No, I kind of did when I talked about depressing, whatever, gay, straight men. What did you talk about? Nothing, because I talked the whole fucking time.
You talked for 45 minutes
that
straight,
episode
dude.
is depressing.
Yeah. It was good. It was actually, I thought it was fun and interesting. But anyway, maybe because I was just not the one being depressed for the first time in my fucking life.
Okay,
so
well,
this week I'm hot because I have a little restaurant job and a new pool of men to flirt with, and you're bothered because it's your birthday and you're turning 35.
And I just don't want to, I don't have room in my mind to celebrate my own birthday.
No, and that's okay.
And it's kind of depressing.
Slay. Everybody go get a fucking tattoo that you're gonna regret this week.
I'm gonna do that actually. Let's get our minds going.
I love that. I love doing things that are irrational and not planned.
I actually don't like doing that kind of stuff anymore. Okay, well, we're about to get on a tangent. We always do this when we're trying to wrap things up.
We're done. Cutting the cord.
We love you guys. Be hot this week.
Oh, guess what, fuckers? We're on Patreon now, and we are going to release bonus content on Patreon, and we are going to let you guys hear all of the most absurd, obscene, ridiculous
actually
bullshit.
Inappropriate things that
really
we are afraid to talk
shit.
about that we have cut out, including an entire episode.
It's all shit that like have been recorded in previous episodes, and then we're like that is so inappropriate. We cannot talk about that.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to put it on fucking Patreon instead.
And you guys can just have fun and get the full scoop.
If you want to be potentially offended and hear some very politically incorrect things, head over to our Patreon. I think you can find the link in our Instagram. Follow us on all the shit. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, wherever the fuck you want to find us. Give us a follow on Spotify and Apple Music or wherever the fuck you're listening to us on. And give us 5 stars, leave us a rating, do whatever you want to do. Just give us some love.
Because we love you.
That felt like a Barney episode.
I was just going to say that.
That was giving Barney, wasn't it?
I know. I used to love Barney when I was a kid.
Me too. Okay, so love
you guys. Go get a tattoo. Go watch an episode of Barney and go do all the other shit Cedar said.
Have a beautiful week. Love you. Bye.
To pieces, bitches. Mwah.